Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 1st of November. So looking, before I look at the markets themselves, let's just look at the data coming out today. 9:30 we've got the manufacturing PMI for the UK out at 12:15, non-farms, ADP non-farm, so volatility a little bit earlier today maybe. And then we got the ISM manufacturing PMI in the US at 2 o'clock instead of 3, and FOMC will be the main one then at 6 p.m. So a statement, Fed funds rate, etc. Now this may be the last one that Janet Yellen does. I'm not too sure when the successor is supposed to succeed her, but we are supposed to know who the new chair will be. I believe it's tomorrow now. Okay, so plenty there to create some volatility in the markets. Not only that, there is a French and Italian bank holiday today for All Saints Day, so we may see a little bit lighter volumes this morning, we'll see, but we certainly got some fireworks potentially later on. Right, okay, let's look at the technicals then, and well, the euro looks like it's holding up here on the dailies. It's held up reasonably well. It's got a weekly, monthly pivot sitting still above it. May still draw it at the moment. It's pushing that one. This 4 hourly is starting to push up. It's been sort of hand railing that 21 moving average. A break of that level could see us move towards these sort of key pivots earlier on. It could just turn out to be yet another choppy day. You see how the pivots are pinched so tight on the dailies here. I mean, the movement yesterday was best part of nothing for most of the day. Got a bit of excitement about 3 o'clock, and that was just about it. It's the average true range on this sort of hourly basis is dropping more and more as we run through the month, week I should say. But anyway, looking quite thin on the markets there. Movement. The pound. So look on the starting from the daily point of view, just running in at the moment to the 500, the 34 moving average, sort of sitting across there. Has tested at 500 before, so we'll see how it reacts to this. We have got monthly pivots, daily pivots, etc. below where it's sitting at the moment, but and there is a bit of divergence running off this time frame at the moment from where we're sitting, so there is the potential for some sort of retracement. There was some minor hourly divergence running into the midnight. It's pulled back and worked that bit off, to be fair. As I say, there's 3 pivots sitting below. Sorry, 2 pivots sitting below on the pound there, which could be a draw if it does sell off, but at the moment it's looking more on the bullish sort of side of things. Any break of yesterday's high as well. I say yesterday's highs, it's the Asian session high. Actually, it was the yesterday's highs just pipped in there. Any of that will maybe see us running up and towards that R1 area. See how these results come out at 9:30. Okay, dollar yen. Dollar yen still pushing up this morning. Had a reversal day yesterday. Not quite a key reversal, but quite a solid day all the same. Pushed up quite solidly through some key moving averages there. It's still erring maybe on the bullish side on this sort of time frame, but when you start looking then at the 60-minute yen, and there certainly is a bit of double divergence going across on that yen at the moment into the R1. Now that combined with the there's a possible move back there towards the 21s, maybe towards the daily weekly pivots. Certainly a possibility there. It seems to be going the opposite way. I think if everything runs together, I'd rather see these markets correlated. It seems uncorrelated at the moment, but if this starts rolling over, there's that potential, the bigger moves there. To the downside. Aussie dollar's been struggling late. It looks like at the moment it's trying to put in a little bit of a bounce towards the weekly, monthly pivots that's sitting above. It's just running into some resistance on the 4 hourlies here, the 34.21. Again, if you can break through that area, maybe then it's got a sort of a clearer route. Never got quite so low as the prior lows there from last week. It's held up a little bit better at the moment. Is that possibility? This hourly bullish engulfing looking candle may be the stimulus it needs to push on up there from an hourly perspective. But at the moment, with it being looking above the daily pivot, maybe it will get drawn back up there. And finally, the Canadian dollar. Let's just come down the time frames here a little bit. So not quite a divergence running into yesterday's highs. Yesterday's highs didn't quite, I don't think, nibble at the top there. Holding up at the moment. It's been holding up through the Asian session here. There is a chance it will roll over. Again, we've still got the weeklies below, the monthlies still sitting there below there as well. I mean, the FOMC could change all of this later on and see the well, anything that's a bit negative in there, a bit dovish, could see this strengthening and come down, but we'll see. Don't want to second guess the news. But at the moment, as I say, it's well, as I say, not quite a divergence. It just didn't quite pip up the previous high there, but effectively double top territory. Just wait and see if we see sellers coming in there. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing. Let's just have a look on the hourly. Is anything there? Well, it's possibly closer to pulling back towards its hourly daily pivot at the moment. Just strengthening that a little bit more. So it's really the ends the odd one out in these markets here at the moment, but may come back a little bit more and set up. So looks like there's a bit of bullish weakness rather in the US dollar overall in the markets. Fractionally, this first thing this morning. We'll just have to see how it runs. But for now, as I say, lots of news out later. Maybe one of those mornings where it just runs and then just stops on us until news starts coming out. Have a great one. Bye for now.